Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that, let's be honest, pretty much every college student runs into. Just trying to figure out how to navigate this whole new world. We're going to break down some real-life scenarios and find some super practical ways to succeed.
So let's just start with a question that I'm betting hits close to home for a lot of you, right? Between classes, a job, your friends, and just trying to figure out who you are, it can seriously feel like you're walking a tightrope 24/7. And here's the most important thing to hear right now. If you feel that way, you are so not alone. To prove it, we're going to meet 4 different students, Brian, Marcus, Maya, and Maria, and see how each of them is figuring out how to get their balance back.
First up, let's dive into Brian's story. He's 18, a freshman, and he's finding out that the jump from high school to college is, well, it's a way bigger deal than he ever thought it would be. So you can see the two sides of the coin here, right? In high school, Brian had a support system that helped him deal with a learning disability, and he did great. But now, in his first semester of college, that support system feels like it's vanished, his grades are slipping, and he's feeling totally on his own.
So get this, Brian's biggest problems aren't about his ability to do the work, not at all. The real walls he's hitting are a huge misunderstanding about what resources are out there and, honestly, a fear of what people will think. He just assumes that help ended with high school, and he's too embarrassed to even ask.
So how does he fix this? Well, it's kind of a two-part solution. On the one hand, you've got these super practical, concrete resources like the Disability Services Office. But on the other hand, there's this really important mental shift, and it starts by asking a different kind of question, one that gets him to picture success and then work backward to find that very first step.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about our next student, Marcus. He's an awesome basketball player here on a scholarship, and he's right in the middle of trying to juggle the playbook and the textbooks.
Marcus is living in that classic student-athlete pressure cooker. He's away from home for the very first time. He's got practices, team travel, and a full schedule of classes. And what's the result? He's missing deadlines, and he's feeling really homesick and alone. I mean, he's getting hit from every direction, right? You've got scheduling problems, tech problems with the online course system, and then this huge emotional weight of just missing his family. And for him, asking for help feels less like a smart move and more like admitting defeat. The solution here is all about making connections. He can connect with academic tutoring to get a handle on his classes, and technology support for the online stuff. But just as important is that question. It helps him step outside of his own head for a second and think, okay, how would my coach handle this? It just takes some of that pressure off.
Okay, now, I want you to meet Maya. She's a sophomore, a first-generation college student studying psychology, and she is grinding, working almost a full-time job to pay her way through school.
You just have to admire Maya's hustle here. But you can also see how working 30, even 35 hours a week while taking a full course load is just, it's not sustainable. She's completely exhausted, constantly worried about money, and starting to fall behind in her classes.
For Maya, everything is connected. It's like this chain reaction, you know? The intense work schedule means she's too tired to study. The financial stress isn't just a background worry, it's a real threat that she might not even be able to get online to do her homework.
So the fix for Maya is about thinking big and starting small. She can visit the financial aid office to look at bigger, long-term options, and she can also just talk to her professors. But that powerful question really brings it down to earth. Forget solving everything at once. What's just one tiny thing she can do to make things even a little bit better?
And finally, let's take a look at Maria's story. She's 38, a single mom with 2 kids, and she's come back to school to build a better future for her family.
Maria's dealing with a whole different level of pressure as a non-traditional student. Think about what she's juggling. She's a parent, she's a student, and she's trying to do it all while feeling like she doesn't quite fit in with her younger classmates.
So for Maria, the challenges are a mix of things. There's the emotional side, feeling insecure, feeling like there are never enough hours in the day. Then there's the practical side. You know, our kids get sick, she misses 1 week of class, and suddenly she's totally behind. And on top of all that, the technology everyone else takes for granted feels like a foreign language.
Maria's path forward is so cool because it's about leaning into her strengths. Yeah, she can get one-on-one tech help and she can definitely email her professors, but the real game changer is that question. It gets her to realize that her life experience isn't a disadvantage. It's her superpower. She's overcome huge things before and she can absolutely do it again.
Okay, so we've heard these stories. Now the big question is, what does this mean for you? Let's take everything we've learned from Brian, Marcus, Maya, and Maria and turn it into a real practical plan that you can actually use.
It really boils down to this super simple 3-step plan. Step 1, ask yourself a different kind of question to change how you see the problem. Step 2, be really honest and name your top 3 biggest hurdles right now. And Step 3, go find the specific people in offices on campus whose entire job is to help you with those exact things.
Let's just hang out on that first step for a second. A powerful question isn't about getting the right answer. It's about unlocking a new way of thinking. It's about opening up possibilities you hadn't even considered before and just seeing your situation in a totally new light.
So let's bring it all home with this one final thought. After hearing all this, it really just comes down to taking action. And it doesn't have to be some huge, life-changing move. Just think about it for a second. What is one small, totally manageable step you can take today to start building your own path forward?